he's probably thinking about this now after the fact. But why is my son lashing out like this? You know, is it because he's jealous? Because we probably paid more attention to his siblings. Hey, what's good, folks? You know what it is. It's your boy Podcasting with Jay, and I got another video for you today.
Another one.
Yes, indeed. The internet is going off about what happened between rapper T.I. and his son King and Tiny at the Atlanta Falcons game this past weekend, where it got a little heated. Got a little heated between T.I. and his son, and they had to be restrained, and all this stuff happened because King had said some things and T.I. got upset. You know, parent-kid stuff. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about that in a while. But I got a video related to this. And this video I did a remix to on Instagram. And when I first put the video out, it didn't really get a lot of traction. But now it's starting to get a lot of traction, especially due to what's going on with this T.I. situation. So a gentleman was going around New York asking people what's wrong with this generations of kids. So we're going to get to that video and also have my response to that video. So let's get to that video. And let's go. Let's do it like this. Let's do it like this. No, not like that. Let me do it like this. What's wrong with these generations kids? Let's go ahead and run the clip.
Being born, honestly, if we're going to be real, is they were raised by people who didn't understand emotional intelligence.
Oh.
So a lot of the people raising them thought it was okay to whoop their kids with belts and call them bitches and call them stupid when they did something wrong.
I got whooped with a belt, and I ain't go out there and become no criminal. I became an outstanding citizen. The thing is, the reason why these parents can't take control of their kids is because they don't have discipline. You got to discipline your kids and teach them right from wrong. And when you teach a kid right from wrong, then they'll know. But these parents want to be their friends. That's the problem.
So I'm going to tell you something, man. My mother, man, I'm going to tell you something. My mother whooped the mess out of me when I was a kid. And I'm not to see people think when I say my mother did this to me that she was abusive. No, there's a difference between getting your ass whooped and being abused. I wasn't abused as a kid. My mother, getting a whooping was the last resort. And see, people don't understand when Gen Xers or people my age talk about that stuff. We were disciplined not only by our parents, we were disciplined by the whole neighborhood. Remember that old saying, it took a village to raise a child? That's the main problem what's going on with today. That's the main issue that's going on today. The village is not raising the kids because the kids don't have discipline. And I said it in the video, the kids don't have discipline. And the problem is the parents are my age. The parents are my age, and now we're looking at the kids that we're raising, and we're not instituting discipline. You can't be your kids' friends. My mother was not my friend. And see, this is the problem that T.I. and Tiny are having. The problem that T.I. and Tiny are having is two things. Number one, when King was younger, he said he went to live with his grandmother. He went to live with his grandmother, so there was some resentment with that. But also, I know when he was living with his grandmother, she probably told his parents what he was doing. And T.I. and Tiny should have took it amongst themselves to discipline their child. So now that the child is older, you can't control the child because the child thinks he knows everything. Now everybody's talking about, well, he's talking this, he's talking that, he's talking this and talking that. But before we get to that video, I'm going to get to a couple of the comments that people said, man. One guy said, and this is from Tank the Killer 11. He said, I've been whooped before, and you don't see me on the news for anything. Salute, my brother. Cody Canfield 23 says these parents are too soft nowadays. Instead of punishing the kids for doing wrong, they just let them get away with anything. Adam Brian Jennings says those parents aren't parenting. Their kids aren't around to parent the kids. They're only around to discipline them. Now I'm gonna tell you something, and this is something that I really want to instill, man. A lot of these parents today, they want to be the friends. They want to be the kids' friends, and you can't be the kids' friends. Now, the next clip we're going to get into is we're going to get into the actual clip that led. This is what actually led up to the whole situation. So let's get to the first clip. This is King and T.I. talking about something. I think T.I. was talking about he wasn't raised the way he was raised. So that got King a little upset. So let's get to that video right there. Fair use. Fair use.
Roach on your face.
Period. No, that's not the go.
All right, then. So there it goes.
Or in your ear.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I got some in the neighborhood with me that broke up with roach in your ear. Y'all want to go to the bando and man my neighborhood? Do y'all want to go to the bando? Do y'all want to go to the bando? To make him look better, he said it he know not true. Silver spoon, I ain't never ate with that day a day in my life.
Nigga, you did have a silver spoon.
Look, Sid used to have to come to my grandma's house because I'm getting in the
You
fight.
cried like a baby to go to your grandmama's house.
Every day.
You used to hold your breath and throw tantrums to go over there.
Neighborhood. I don't want to be in these gates. I want to be outside in the neighborhood. That's why I want to be over there. But they don't understand that.
No, I'm going to tell you the reason why he want to be over there. Y'all ready? Because he can suck and pacify over there till he was 12 years old. He was sucking pacify till he was 12 years old. He couldn't do that in the house. You know what I'm saying?
See now I'm starting to see what got King upset, because you're starting to see that, you know, he wants see, this is the problem with guys. This is the problem. Tiny, you shouldn't have said that. Now your son's gonna get upset. Your son's gonna get upset because now you're saying, which is true, but sometimes you can't just be on in social media stating the truth, because now people gonna look at him different. He's already had issues, so people gonna look at him different. Let's continue.
Baby, hold it
Yeah.
They try to say I was over there trying to suck a passy, but they ain't gonna tell you everything like that. They trying to hide it.
Ain't nobody hiding it.
He capping. He capping. Hey, he know I stand on business. He know that. Can't no nigga ever pull my car ever in life. I stand on business. You drop me somewhere, I stand on business. You drop me in your hood, I stand on business.
I don't feel like you stand on business.
Yeah.
First of all, son, the reason why you stand on business because everybody know T.I. your father. Don't give me that bullshit. The only reason why you stand on business is because T.I. is your father. If T.I. wasn't your father, Slim, you wouldn't be standing on no business. You'd be somebody's punk. I'm being honest, man. And see, this is the problem with kids with silver spoons in their mouth. I don't care if you live with your grandmother and all that stuff, man. Everybody know when you, and this is the problem that kids of famous people have, yo. When everybody knows you are the child of somebody famous, man, you get treated a certain way. See, King don't understand that because he thinking, you know what I'm saying, that I was treated a certain way. I think he probably was treated a certain way because he wanted to be treated a certain way. You want to go live with your grandmother because you probably, you know what I'm saying, you want to see. It's like you want to be with the wolves, you want to be with the animals, but you know you want to be in there, but you want to be behind the fence. That's the problem. Let's continue.
I've been stood on business. I've been stood on business. You want to hide it for the world? I'm going to put it out there for them to see. I want to put up nowhere. You ain't had me put up nowhere. Like you ain't had me behind the mansion. I was outside doing what I wanted to do.
You was behind that till you cried.
No, I got too much to drink. I drunk too much. Drunk too much. Let's go. get mad because we say the South ain't the suburbs. Then he want to talk about some other shit. Like this being shit. Just being shit. No, I'm being real. You lying. You lying. You over here flagging. You're capping. You capping. You capping. You capping. You capping. You capping. I know.
Hey, bruh. You're in the suite at an Atlanta Falcons game. How much are you struggling? You're in the VIP at the Atlanta Falcons game. How much are you struggling? I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't matter if you lived with a silver spoon in your mouth. Your father and your mother did everything they can to make sure that you had a better life. I'm thinking the issue is much deeper than some silver spoon, but let's continue.
I know you. You capping. I know you. I know you. I know you. I know you.
Ain't no mystery, man.
I know you though. I know you though. I know you though. I know you. What's wrong with y'all? Why y'all doing that to me? Y'all know me. You know I stand on business. You know I stand on business. Why you even letting somebody play with me like that? Why you letting somebody play with me like that? Why you letting him play with me like that?
So this is when things start to get real tense. I think because King feels disrespected by Tip and Tiny, his parents. He feels disrespected. So now he's lashing out. And see, a lot of times adults don't understand that sometimes kids lash out because they feel like their voice ain't being heard. You're doing it all in front of the camera. See, social media is a cancer. It's a gift and a curse, but it's more of a cancer now because now everybody is just putting all their business on social media. You know what I'm saying? You got the camera out showing everybody what's going on instead of saying, you know what? Let's go ahead and handle this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and handle this in private. Now everybody around the world know what's going on in your household. So let's get to the actual footage of them going at it, man. Cause
why y'all doing that to me? Y'all know me. You know I stand on business. You know I stand on business. Why you even letting somebody play with me like that? Why you letting somebody play with me like that? Why you letting him play with me like that? Why you letting him play with me like that? No, ain't no joking. Ain't no joking. What do you mean?
You are embarrassing yourself and your family, nigga. You embarrassing yourself.
I know you though.
now that's when, you know, that's all the footage that's up there. But apparently T.I. got pissed, and T.I. like, yo, you embarrassing the family, you embarrassing your family in front of everybody, because it was more than just them in the VIP section of the game. You embarrassing yourself. So that's when him and T.I. got into it. Now, there are a few things that I want to talk about this whole situation. First of all, I'm gonna talk to T.I. Sometimes, man, you gotta be the bigger man. You're the father, understand. You got upset because your son disrespected you. But sometimes you gotta sit back and say, why is my son doing this? Why is my son lashing out? My son, you know, he's probably thinking about this now after the fact. But why is my son lashing out like this? You know, is it because he's jealous because we probably paid more attention to his siblings? Or I'm thinking that's probably the issue, because I'm gonna tell you something. When you have more than, let's say, 3, because I think they have like 4 or 5 kids, whatever. When you have multiple children, one child is gonna feel left out. And I think this is what King is doing to be, you know, for people to see that I'm there too. I'm lashing out. I gotta lash out so people can see me, and then I gotta act like I'm tough. There was a post where Julio Fulio said, "Man, bro, like you live with a silver spoon in your mouth. You don't know know about the trenches. You live with a silver spoon in your mouth." And I think another issue is that because King is T.I.'s son, people think that he don't want to be the kid that's labeled to have a silver spoon in his mouth. He want to be labeled as, oh, you know, I live that life. I live that life. But bro, you didn't live that life, man. Bro, you didn't sleep on the floor with roaches and all that shit. You ain't sleep on the floor with mice and all that stuff in the, you know what I'm saying? No food in the refrigerator. You know what I'm saying? You ain't do stuff like we did when we was kids. We had to struggle when we were kids. And now that I'm talking about me being T.I. and my wife made a better life for you, now you want to disrespect it. And a lot of times I'm gonna tell you what kids do wrong. Kids need to realize that your parents, the parents, sacrificed a lot to get you what you have. My mother sacrificed a lot for me to have what I have. If it wasn't for my mother working those shifts in the DC government for over 30 years, putting a roof over my head, clothes on my back, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. And see, King's gonna realize later on down the road, when he takes time to chill and really think about it, like, damn, they really did all this for me. But see, a lot of times kids don't get that. See, like, getting back to the discipline part now, if they would have nipped this in the bud when he was much younger, then they wouldn't have this problem. See, a lot of times what happens is these parents that are my age, they don't nip it in the bud when they're younger. And then now the kids acting like a goddamn bunch of hooligans. They out here jacking cars and stealing shit. They out here doing what they want to do. King is just an example of a bunch of kids that's going around doing what they want to do, talking like they want to talk. You disrespecting your parents. I don't care if y'all really don't have a great relationship like that. The problem is I would never disrespect my father. Even though I never really met my father, me and my father didn't really have a good relationship. I never disrespected my father. I never called my father out his name. He's the reason why I'm here. Clifford Hurst is the reason why you're here, King. Tiny Hurst is the reason why you're here. If it wasn't for them two, you wouldn't even be here. That's the issue that I have. And a lot of times, people my age who are the parents' age now, because Gen X's are the parents, we need to realize that our kids are going through a lot. And we need to sometimes sit back, and there's nothing wrong with going to counseling. Find out what's going on, what the deal is. Why is he acting like this? Why is my child acting like this? Because I think there's something deeply rooted. I know there's something that's way more deeply rooted. And for T.I. and Tiny, they got to find out what's the problem. They got to find out what the problem is. Because if they don't find out the problem, it may end up really bad for them. And I don't want that. Nobody wants that for King. Nobody wants that for T.I. Nobody wants that for Tiny. Nobody wants that for his family. But T.I. and then they have to realize that, yo, we got to dip this in the bud now. I've always said, and I'll say it once, I'll say it again, I'll say it 1,000 times. If I had a child, my child would not be acting like that. On God, my child would not be acting like that. I would have nipped it in the bud earlier. And people saying, well, it's better if the child has a 2-parent household. T.I. and Tiny, they together, they're a 2-parent household. It doesn't matter if it's a single mother, 2-parent household. If you don't discipline your kids or show your kids the right way, it doesn't matter if it's a 1-parent household or a 2-parent household. It's better if it's a 2-parent household. But even 2-parent households, the kids are a problem sometimes. But it's your boy Podcasting with Jay. Here with another video. Hit that like button. Also hit that subscribe button. Also hit that bell for all notifications. Got videos uploaded daily. Shorts, videos, all that for your viewing pleasure. Got a video at the bottom for your viewing pleasure as well. Until next time. Peace out.
Not supposed to win by nature, 'cause I came up from the concrete. There ain't